I drive almost 200 miles for work each way. And I've had my 2023 Tesla Model Y for about 2 years now. In this video, I'm using my real Commute to show you what it's like on a long trip. And we'll talk about charging, what I do while I charge, ride comfort, road noise, how it drives. So if you're thinking about getting a Model Y, whether it's an old one or a new one, or thinking of going on a long road trip in one, this is the video for you. Now, this Tesla Model Y is a 2023 long-range all-wheel drive. It has an EPA, well, I say it has an EPA estimate of 330 miles, but since I've had this for 2 years, I'm lucky if I get between 280 and maybe 300 miles on a full charge. Now, today, I didn't charge my car to 100%. I just kind of forgot. I have it set to 80% to charge overnight at home, and I just kind of forgot. And so I charged it to 80%, which is great because I'm doing this video for you guys. So I'm gonna have to stop at a supercharger right here on the turnpike. Now, that being said, typically when I charge to 100%, it does give me about 298 on a good day on a full charge, and that will take me all the way down to South Florida on one charge. So I don't have to stop at any time to charge the car. Although by the time I get there, I do end up with about 10, maybe 12% battery left on the charge, but we'll see when we get there how much battery I have left. Now, this is a long distance commute, don't get me wrong. It is about 3 hours long, and although all I'm doing here is sitting and pretty much minding my own business, I like to engage the autopilot in the car. Now, when I do that, I just have to pull down on the lever once.
Look, Mama, no hands.
Because I don't have FSD, I just have Enhanced Autopilot, it just gives me the option to set up the car so that it actually warns me or tells me if I want to change lanes. Versus FSD or full self-driving, it'll make the lane changes for me without me asking. It's a bit like the little brother who's always asking for permission. It's still a great feature to have in the car, especially when you're doing highway driving like I am today. It is a little bit annoying because every once in a while, if I look too far away from the front, it'll start asking me to tap the steering wheel, or I can just, go up and down the scroll wheel to let it know that I'm actually here. I am on the turnpike headed south towards South Florida, and having this feature on the car makes this ride a lot easier to do. Now, a solution that I wish I would have gotten when I first got this car is the PPF, or at least the front side of the car, to try to avoid some of these bug splatters damaging the paint. Now, if you don't know this about Florida, typically this time of year, which is right into the summer, coming out of spring, there is something in the air, and that is love bugs. There are love bugs everywhere. There are mosquitoes everywhere. So having this commute, or driving this long distance, or even if it's not even long distance, just any kind of highway or open air commute like this, you do get a lot of bug splatters all over your windshield, all over your bumper, and it just makes it for a disgusting cleanup after you're done driving on the highway. So we're getting close to our supercharger, and what the Tesla is doing right now is it starts to precondition the battery. And why it does that is to optimize how much the charge that goes into the battery, to make sure it actually is charging at max capacity, at what the charger's capacities are and what the battery can accept at that time. And I just got the notification on the screen that the battery is starting to precondition. We made it to the supercharger here down the turnpike, and Couple of things I want to just kind of mention about this is, I go on Reddit, I go on to the different forums online, and I hear people talk about why they don't want to get an electric car or a Tesla. And I think there's a big misconception between electric cars and Teslas. One of the things that comes up a lot is charging. They don't want to get an electric car because they're not reliable. And it's not that the electric cars are not reliable. Most of them are, especially Teslas. It's the charging infrastructure that exists for other electric cars that are not Teslas or don't have access to the Tesla supercharging network across the US. Now, that being said, Teslas are really easy. Everything is done through the your personal account. The credit card you have in there, it's already set up, so all you have to do is park, go outside, plug it in, and that's it. But I'm gonna show you real quick how easy it is to charge my Tesla. Now, one thing that Tesla does that is very reliable is that when you get to the supercharging area, it does give you a heads up that some of these chargers may be out of service so that you can actually see which ones are working and which ones are not. Luckily, I didn't pick the one that was out of service because I wasn't paying attention to the screen since I was talking to you guys. From right here from the screen, I can go ahead and open this up and put it to 80% charge, or the computer's just going to tell me how long am I going to be charging here for, depending on how much I have left on my trip. Let's go ahead and walk outside and plug this in and start charging. And that's it. Now that I plugged it in, even though I do have the charge limit to 80%, it does tell me that to complete my trip all the way down south, I will only need to charge for about 8 minutes on this session right here. I'm going to take a little longer than the 8 minutes because, well, I'm going to use the facilities real quick and take this little one to use the outdoor facilities as well. Now, while I go take care of myself in the facility, that sounded really weird. While I go use the facility inside the station here, I'm going to put dog mode on for my little hooch here and select where it says dog, and that's pretty much it. It'll tell you dog mode enable. As soon as I shut the door, boom, dog mode kicks in automatically. As I start walking towards the service center, I pull up the Tesla app just to keep an eye on everything. It's super convenient. Inside the app, I could see the live cabin view, the temperature holding at 70 degrees, and the message on the screen that pops up letting anybody walking by that my driver will be back soon and that the interior temperature is also at 70 degrees. Honestly, it's super reassuring. Whether it's for your dog or just peace of mind, knowing your car is keeping things cool and visible is a game changer. Just make sure your battery's got enough charge. Another thing to remember is that this feature will only be activated if you leave through the driver's side only. Looks like my battery has enough charge to get me through the rest of the trip, but I'm not ready to go yet because I gotta walk this little one. But beyond that, to get to 80%, I still have about 11 minutes. So not too bad to get to my 80% charge just from being here, maybe 10-15 minutes at most. And now I'm going to go take care of this little one who probably also needs to use the facilities as well. Now, I'm not saying that those are super hard to use, but there are a lot of steps to use those chargers on any other car that is not a Tesla versus all of these Teslas. It is literally a plug and play. No additional apps, nothing else, just the same app you already used to get into your car. Now, I do like bringing my dog on road trips like this, but one thing that I'm always very cautious about is having her own seatbelt, especially when she's sitting up here in the front. Now this ties in right into the buckle right there, and it's adjustable right here. And so I like to keep this on her at all times. You know, take a little bit of stretch so she can go up to the window if she wants to, or just sit on her pillow right here. Let's go ahead and continue on with our trip. Now the ride itself, it's pretty smooth, although it does have very firm shocks and struts, which is more tuned for a sports car. It is no luxury sedan, but it's definitely more comfortable than the Jeep Gladiator I was driving before. The cabin noise is quiet, seats are firm but supportive, and it doesn't feel exhausting to drive for hours. Plus, Autopilot helps take the edge off long stretches. So one thing I really enjoy about my Tesla Model Y is that when I'm charging, I actually can entertain myself while I'm sitting here in the car. I can pull up Netflix, I can pull up Hulu, Disney Plus, YouTube, of course, Twitch, and TikTok. And if I want to get really into tutorials to learn more about how to use my Tesla, I can do that right here. Or I can actually open up either Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Apple Music. Now this also has Sirius XM Radio as an app in here as well. If I really want to get festive, I can do karaoke in here as well, or I can listen to Apple Podcasts. Also, play video games on here as well. I can play Sudoku, I can also play Fallout Shelter, all sorts of video games that are already built into the program. If I just want to have fun, I can do a light show, I can just toot on everybody who's walking by, change the color, which obviously I did. This is just, what I want to do to it. So this actually makes it a lot more comfortable when I'm sitting charging or simply just, grabbing a bite to eat and I just want to sit in the car. So is my Model Y good for long distances? I'd say absolutely if you plan your charging stops. It's comfortable, affordable to run, and the tech makes the miles go by quicker. But if you're someone who can't handle 20-minute breaks on a road trip or long-distance commutes, it might not be a thing for you. For me though, it's totally worth it. Thinking about taking your Model Y on a road trip? Or still wondering if it's the right EV for your lifestyle? Drop your questions and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life EV content and check the links in the description for the gear that I use on these road trips. I'll see you in the next video.